All right, good morning. First period. This is Mr. Bard Cam continued. We're heading out into the yard here. We're going to go get our hard hats and glasses. So you probably have to get your glasses out of there. And then you're going to walk over this way, get your tool belt and your hard hat, and come on out to the yard. It's such a much more clean yard now that we cleaned it yesterday. So here we are at the structure. Remember, we're not putting in any nails because this is just going to be temporary. Our next phase here is we're going to mark out on top of these, on top of the top plates of this wall, where our next truss is going to go, and that's going to be every 2 feet on center. So just like you marked out these for the studs every 16 inches, we're going to mark these up here every 2 feet. Make sure when you do this, you grab the end of the tape measure right here from this edge and bring it over to 2 feet, wherever that is, probably somewhere around here, and make a mark. And if I have a chance, maybe I'll make that first mark for you. Remember, it's going to be 24 inches right here, and then 3/4 inch to this side, 3/4 inch to this side. So my finger's right in the middle of where that truss is going to go. And we're just going to carry it on every 2 feet until the end. So the last one's not going to be quite 2 feet away, but that's okay. When we go to this side, and we're going to be over here on this wall, make sure you also grab the tape measure from that end going that way. So don't grab over there with the tape measure and start measuring every 2 feet this way, because then your trusses aren't going to lay out right at all. Take your speed square, make your mark go all the way over, put a big X right in the middle like you did before for framing, and then Peanut should be done with those trusses fairly soon. But again, we can't really put them in permanently right now, but what we can do is what we see over here that second period did, where they put a little block in between each one of these. So that should be, you know, between the 2 foot marks, you'll have a little block that fits right between there. Nail it down, and you can nail this down, but just don't nail, they have actually nails that you can't see going in this way to hold this thing in place. So we can do that too. So have someone start cutting down these blocks of 2x4s. And then up there, we're going to have to do that as well. Make sure you don't take the measurement from up there, because you don't know what can happen. Like, there's not one here. We don't know if this thing is swaying back and forth. So we could have too small of a measurement or too big of a measurement. So what we do to get that measurement is we come back down here and measure between right here and right here. And then we get the perfect measurement we want for up there. So to put those in, and remember, this is all this week, this is your goal. So up here we have some hangers on one side, like that. And then on this side you don't see a hanger, but you should see some nail heads. And those nails go through enough. We can't get them to go all the way through on both sides. So over here in these buckets, we have some of those hangers. This is a hanger you want. This is for a 2x6. And we're using a 2x6 right in the ridge there. So it's this bucket here. Unless this bucket gets moved, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4th bucket over. All right, so let's go back inside here and see how to put those things up. In this room, we have these nails. These are called Tico nails. And they're really wide. They're as wide as a 16, but they're really short, so they don't go all the way through a 2x4. So there's your Tico nails, and this is what we're going to put in to hang those little truss hangers up there. Those little joist hangers. I actually call it a joist hanger, bright joist hanger nail, as you can see. So we're going to use those to put those in. If you have any questions on how they go in, again, use this period 2 shed as an example, because it was done right. So starting from this one, don't look at that, that's not right. Look at this. This is right. So that's how it hangs up there. And then we actually used 8-penny sinkers to put in the side ones there. So again, use this as a reference up there. That's probably a ways away. You probably won't get to that today. but hopefully this week we'll get to that. Oh, the other thing is when you make your measurement here, so from here to get how big that block has to be, remember to compensate for the width of your plywood there. So you might have to measure the plywood, you know, otherwise you're gonna, that thing would be too big. So compensate for that measurement. You know, plywood's a little bigger on your shed. Peanut used those big plywood pieces. So we got our layout done. We marked it all out, hopefully by now. And then we're going to start putting those trusses in once we get those little blocks in there. And then just put screws in. Oscar knows where the good screws are, so we can do that too. We also can have another person or two start putting up this siding, this T111 siding. You can find that over there. I'll walk over to it. There's two different types. One is this type here, which is kind of an OSB with some kind of cementatious thing that looks like wood on there. And then you have yours, the further one back, that's the stuff you're going to use. And it's pre-primed and it's just plywood. So that's what you're going to use. Don't get them confused because we already started the sheds. So on this side, when you're putting this stuff up, make sure you get it so it stops right at the top here. If it goes beyond, we could always take a router and router it off flush. But we want to make sure we go beyond the bottom here so that it goes all the way down to here, so we can nail into this floor and into this later. For right now, we're just going to put it up with a few screws. Probably about 6 screws is enough. 2 in each corner and then 1 in the middle somewhere. Maybe 2 in the middle somewhere. That would add up to 6. Make sure you check out which part goes from here over to 4 feet. If this is perfectly right in the middle where your plywood goes, then you can put it up. Same thing carrying on. It should take 3 pieces, or, well, actually about 3.5 pieces because it's 13 feet. So anyway, we have to do that on both sides and on this side over here too. And you can nail those boards in, actually. Just don't nail them into the bottom, because if you nail them into the bottom, then we can't take it off of the floor. So at the very bottom, do not nail it in. Hopefully we didn't do this over here. Yeah, it looks like we didn't. So this is just the nails, nothing down here, so we can take this apart and get it moved. All right, hopefully I'm not running too long here. You might want to watch this again tomorrow as well, but it'll still be labeled Mr. Bard First Period Day 1. We can carry on another group that was working on this. William Messenger did a fantastic job putting this together on, I guess it was Thursday. So we still need one that will go diagonally like that with the nice cuts to match. Bring the chop saw right out here, set it up so you have it close to you. Remember to store this trim inside so it doesn't get stolen. He did an excellent job. I want to point it out, putting these nails in here. You can see they're nice and equally spaced all the way down, so he got some good measurements and nailed them in with a finish hammer. They're just finish nails, and he put them every foot, and he has them about, looks like a ½ inch in from each side here. So measure those out every foot and ½ inch in on both sides. Nail those in. You notice also he didn't nail them all the way in, so we can actually not go all the way through. Oh, you can see there's one that went all the way through. So we just have to make sure we do it on the other side. We knock it all the way in so there's no gaps. And these finish nails, I can show you where to find those as well. But we got to do this trim on both sides, not just one side. So this side down here will also have it, so flip it over and do that, and then that door as well. And when we get closer, I'll shoot another video to show you how to hang that door, but you probably remember. All right, I'll show you where those finish nails are. And they are right here. This group of nails right here. So that one says 2D finish, and this isn't labeled, but it's the one right next to the 2D finish nails. Those are what you want to use. Let's see.